Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do this Dreamy Clone Duplicate Effect from the brand new Summrs music video. This effect is so fire and actually really easy to create, so I'm going to be showing you guys how you can do that today. But just before we hop into this, I got to shout out my editing packs. They're linked down below. If you guys are looking for super fire, easy to use, drag and drop editing packs, go check out my website. There's something there for you, and you can use code 15OFF to save yourself 15% off. But let's hop right into this tutorial. So inside of Premiere Pro here, you guys can see we have the two effects. And then we're going to be recreating them on this clip right here, which should be super simple. All we have to do to get started is right click on our clip, go over to replace with After Effects composition, and then click on that. Now it's going to open up the clip inside of After Effects, and now we're going to get started. I recommend going down to the left down here and making it fit your composition so you have the most amount of room to work with. And then we're going to click on our clip down here in the layers and press Command D to duplicate it. Now we're going to double click on the top clip. We're going to zoom in again and hit fill here. And now we're going to go up to our roto brush tool and we're going to cut Summrs out from the background. If you don't know how to rotoscope, I recommend go watching a rotoscope tutorial on my channel. I have a ton of them, or you can just follow along super quickly. We're just going to be outlining around them here. And then any areas that we don't want covered, we're just going to be holding Option and then coloring those out. All right, awesome. And now that we have our rotoscope done, we're basically going to be skimming through this to see if it tracks and follows perfect the entire time. One thing about this effect is the rotoscope has to be pretty much perfect for it to look good. So we're going to go back into composition by clicking up here, and then we're going to turn off the background layer, and we're going to watch this through and make sure there's no errors or anything looks weird. So see how these edges kind of look a little bit strange? If you turn up the feather here, it makes them look a little bit more normal. And there we go. That looks great there, guys. And we're going to get started on the next part for the effect. And I completely forgot to tell you guys, go back into layer and hit freeze here. It's going to pretty much pre-render everything so your computer doesn't have to do any of the work later on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the background layer back on, and then we're going to duplicate the rotoscope layer one more time. So there's two of them. Awesome. All right. And now that we have that, we're going to go into the one in the middle, which is the rotoscope clip in between right here. And we're going to press S to bring up our scale, and we're going to resize it to something like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to close this, open it one more time, and we're going to go into opacity and we're going to turn that down. So that's a way you can get the effect, but I don't think that looks as good as it does inside here. This has a lot of glares and glowing effects to make it look a lot better, and we can also mess with the blending modes as well, which I'm going to show you guys super quickly here. So instead of just turning the opacity down, what you could actually do as well is if you don't have the blending options here, hit toggle switches and modes, and then they'll show up right here. If we go and turn this to screen, you guys can see we get a kind of a different look there, a little bit more brighter. And you can turn the opacity down, or if you want to go for something like overlay as well, that's a bit of a darker look. But I recommend just going and clicking through here until you get something that you like. Even color dodge is nice. And if you want to go ahead and put a blur on these, so I'm going to go ahead and put a Gaussian blur on it and then turn it up and then move it to the side. I think that looks pretty good there, guys. And what I also recommend as well, if you guys want to add a little bit more sauce to it, if you have deep glow, go ahead and add that to it. You guys are going to see how much of a difference that makes. Really makes it pop out. It's a little bit intense for my liking right now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the radius up and then the exposure down. And then we get it just a little bit brighter. And if you want to go ahead and get flicker as well, that looks great there. And then what I recommend doing as well is right clicking, hitting new, and then creating a new adjustment layer, and then throw RSMB on that. If you don't have it, it's real smooth motion blur. It's going to add a lot more depth to the entire thing and really make it look great. Now I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to search film flare. We're going to get a bunch of these light leaks and such just like this. That's exactly what we want right there. So we're going to go ahead and copy this YouTube link and we're going to go paste it in my YouTube downloader. You guys can look up YouTube to MP4 downloader online and just download your light leaks. Then we're going to drag and drop that inside of After Effects here. And we get a nice little blue one there. So what we're going to do for that blue one is we're going to go ahead and set it to screen. We're going to turn off the RSMB for now, just so we can really lock in on getting these perfect. And then I'm going to press Command Shift D to duplicate this and cut it. And then we're going to get this orange one in here as well. So we'll start it at the beginning and then we'll make it so when the orange one comes in, it's going to come in about here. That looks great. And then we're going to put that behind everything here. That's really going to add to it. And then if we go and open the transform on this as well and turn the opacity down. And then what I recommend doing as well is going over to effects and presets here, going over and dragging on color balance HLS onto the light leak. And then let's turn the opacity back up for this one just for a sec. And then we can change the hue to match the color of the scene. So we'll change it to a blue there and then turn this down just a little bit more. And then move it back so it matches to more of a blue. And we get that nice little light leak effect there as well, guys. I think that looks great. Turn the RSMB back on, and we have a great effect here that goes really well, super unique. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below what other tutorials you want to see in the future. Also, check out my store as well. You guys can use code 15OFF to save yourself 15% off anything that you guys want. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Peace.